Ever feel like just hitting the reset button on, well, everything?
I think we've all been there.
Especially these days. So this film treatment you sent over, Naked Limbo,
Yeah.
definitely seems to tap into that feeling.
It does.
And using comedy to do it, which I always appreciate.
Always good.
So before we get too far, what's the filmmaker Tetsuo Lumiere trying to dig into here?
Well, he's got this knack for taking these really complex ideas like how we react to crises and kind of filtering them through this lens of, humor and speculative fiction.
Dark comedy style.
Mm.
With, oh yeah, some sci-fi sprinkled in,
Mm.
for flavor.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. And what really grabbed me right off the bat is how Lumiere takes the whole pandemic thing.
Which, let's be real, was HEAV.
Exactly. But he uses it, or rather this personified coronavirus character, to really dissect all those anxieties we're all feeling, but in this really clever, darkly comedic way.
Okay, yes. That's the thing. Like, it's not just some background noise. It's front and center.
Totally an active player.
Like that opening scene where our main dude, Leon, just casually bumps into the coronavirus in some, interdimensional tunnel.
Oh, yeah. I was hooked from that whole...
Right. They're just chilling. Like,
Yeah.
It's the most normal thing ever. And I'm like, who is this guy?
It's brilliant. Right away, Lumiere lets you know this isn't your typical virus story. This coronavirus, it's self-aware, witty.
Oh, and a little bit existentially angsty even.
Totally. Like it's holding up a mirror to how absurd we can all be sometimes.
And speaking of absurd, we've got Leon trying so hard to win back his ex, Eleonora. He's convinced this life coaching diploma is going to do the trick. Never mind, she's practically a psychology professor with a wall of degrees.
That scene had me dying. Comedy gold. But it also, it pokes at something very real. That feeling we get that we need the right credentials to be, worthy, valued.
Especially in love.
Yeah.
Like, here's my certificate and feelings, honey. Let's get back together.
Right. Like a diploma makes up for bad relationship decisions. But the pandemic, if anything, just turned that volume way up,
Absolutely. Suddenly everyone's baking sourdough, writing novels.
Yeah.
It's like this weird competition no one signed up for.
And then there's Leon ranting about Eleonora being too normal. The irony is just...
I know, right? It's like, dude, which is it?
Exactly. Hilarious and tragic all in one. Lumiere's got this knack for using humor to get at those contradictory desires we all have. We want to be special, unique, but also fitting in, being normal.
That whole I gotta be me, but everyone better like it thing.
It's the human condition right there on the page.
And Leon, bless his heart, he'd rather jump into another dimension, literally, than deal with any of this.
Hey.
Hence the whole Thriller app plotline.
Ah, yes, the escapism portal. And this is where Lumiere gets really interesting, I think, because, think about how many of us turned to technology during those lockdowns.
Oh, big time. Connection, entertainment, feeling like we had some control.
It was a lifeline, no doubt, but maybe also a little bit of a trap.
Totally. Like, the more we relied on it, the more, well, I don't know, isolated. Is that weird?
Not at all. And Lumiere nails that duality with this Thriller app. It's selling escape, connection, but the cost.
Your data, your privacy, maybe even a piece of yourself if you think about it too hard.
Exactly. Remember those endless app permissions? Location, photos, contacts, your whole digital life up for grabs.
Don't remind me. Like that saying, if it's free, you're the product.
Right. But then Lumiere layers it on even thicker with all these conspiracy theory threads running through the story. Microchipped vaccines, Elon Musk buying interdimensional travel tech, you name it.
Like he threw it all in there.
But here's the thing. Instead of just dismissing them as, crazy talk.
Which, let's be honest, some of it is.
He's getting at something deeper. He's asking, why are we so drawn to this stuff, especially when things are uncertain?
Because real life is messy. Right. And sometimes a good conspiracy theory is way more comforting. And then it's like, boom, Lumiere hits us with this line, humans are the real virus. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Heavy stuff.
Right. And it's coming from the coronavirus, but it's like Lumiere is using the whole pandemic thing.
To talk about bigger issues even?
Absolutely. Climate change, environmental destruction, all those anxieties we're facing right now.
It's like he's saying, look in the mirror, people.
Exactly. The coronavirus, in this weird way, becomes the voice of the planet, pointing out, maybe we haven't been the best caretakers.
It's like we've been living in this little bubble, thinking we're above it all. But Lumiere, he pops that bubble for sure.
And then, just to keep us on our toes, he throws us into these crazy different dimensions. Remember those talking vegetables Leon meets?
Oh, man, the carrot. Stand-up comedian, right? complaining about bad gigs.
And the coronavirus is all, dude, I'm a virus, what's your excuse? Classic.
I laughed out loud at that one, but also it makes you think, right?
Big time. Lemaire's using humor to highlight something very human. That tendency to blame everything but to ourselves for our problems.
It's always easier that way, isn't it?
Totally. And then, as if things couldn't get weirder, we've got this whole subplot with those elites, you know, trying to create a new world order.
Oh yeah, the interdimensional summit. Talk about your anxieties. Are they for real? Or just a bunch of bored billionaires playing SimCity with the universe?
Lumiere at his finest, right?
Yeah.
He takes these anxieties, we have power, control, the future, and just dials it up to 11.
And it's scary because is it really that far-fetched?
That's the question he wants us asking.
Meanwhile, poor Leon is stuck in the middle of it all, just trying to figure things out.
And this is where Lumiere's exploration of utopia comes in. Remember, the coronavirus actually presents a vision of the ideal society.
Oh yeah, and it's terrifying. Everyone's got their assigned role, their identical house,
Yeah.
like living in a catalog or something.
Ordered, controlled, and utterly soul-crushing.
Totally. But here's the thing. There's this weird familiarity to it. You know, like have WE been brainwashed to want this too?
That's the brilliance of Lumiere. He makes us confront that uncomfortable possibility that maybe our desire for safety, for order, it can make us blind to the cost of freedom, of individuality.
Of actually being human with all the messiness that comes with it.
Exactly. It's a cautionary tale wrapped up in this dark, hilarious package.
It's wild, right? So this coronavirus is technically like the villain of the story.
Yeah.
But that utopia it's pushing too perfect, too clean.
It's a classic dystopian trope, isn't it? Trying to erase all suffering, but you end up erasing what makes us human in the first place.
Our flaws, our weird quirks, the fact that we mess up and then sometimes we do something amazing.
Exactly. Lumiere's playing with that idea. Like, if we were in charge of designing the perfect society, would it be any different, or would we make the same mistakes?
Sacrificing freedom for the illusion of safety? It's kind of a terrifying thought.
Totally. And through all of this, we have Leon lost, confused, and getting more and more fed up with this so-called utopia.
Yeah, he's like us, right? Trying to find our footing in this world that's gone kind of haywire.
And then, boom, he snaps, confronts those elites, those self-proclaimed architects of the future, and lays into them.
Oh man, that scene. So good. You just want to cheer. He's calling out their hypocrisy, their greed, everything.
It's cathartic, right? Because we've all felt that way, especially during the pandemic when things felt so out of control.
Totally. And Leon reminds us, even when it feels like no one's listening,
Even when you're screaming into the void.
there's power in saying what needs to be said, in speaking truth to power.
And maybe, just maybe, someone needs to hear it.
Yeah. So what are we supposed to take away from all of this?
I think Lumiere wants us to sit with those uncomfortable questions.
Yeah.
Is a better world even possible? What needs to change to make it happen?
It's like we all want to escape to a better dimension, but maybe the real journey is figuring out how to create one.
Exactly. And that starts with looking in the mirror, confronting those uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the systems we've built.
Deep stuff to ponder. And on that note, thanks for taking this deep dive with me.